I am honored to be here speaking to you. I am very proud of all of you for all that you have contributed to the Garden Valley family over the last few years. I cannot believe that some of you are graduating in more ways than one. No. To me, the time has gone by very quickly. I remember in 8th grade, actually, we had Simone and Amanda performing in Annie. I have seen John Easter and Grant Woodworth and Marin Little and others grow from, well, John was always tall, but from little guys to these adults that I see before me, and I am so proud of all of you. You will find that time goes by very quickly, and you will find that even more as you get older. The individual human history kind of runs the opposite of world history. Have you ever noticed in Earth history we jump huge spans of time? At the beginning, we have dinosaurs, jump millions of years, then pyramids, jump thousands of years, Battle of Hastings, jump hundreds of years, specific battles of the Revolution, skip 100 years, generals in the Civil War, jump decades, and now you have to know every president, every economic condition, law, and regulation. It gets more detailed and minute as you get closer to the end. Well, life is the opposite. The first few years, we write down every milestone of your life. Your first tooth, when you walk, when you smile, when you laugh, your first BYC soccer trophy, your first home run, and then it gets to be a wider view. Your elementary years, your 8th grade time, and then suddenly it's your high school years. Not days, years. And believe me, when you get to be my age, you just start talking in decades. In my 30s, so what does that mean? Well, slow down sometimes. Enjoy the moments. Don't let it fly by you like a carnival ride tilt-a-whirl. Take time to see between the blur and notice things. Notice people. Notice moments. And what should you do in those moments in between that will become the epics of your life? Accept differences. The world would be a very boring place if we did not have a little bit of crazy and a little bit of unusual. That does not mean to try and be different just for the sake of being different, however. But it is wise to surround yourself with people who disagree with you or have a different paradigm. So you never stop growing and thinking. I am always frightened when too many people agree with me, because I'm positive that means I'm wrong somehow. Because the masses are very rarely correct. How boring it would be if we all looked and thought the same. Embrace those who have the courage to make our lives more fun and more interesting. Be trustworthy. Be that person who sits in a hospital waiting room. Be the guy who loves boxes out of his friend's house. Make sure people say of you that you're loyal, and truly be that way. Be dependable to your family and consistent with your kids if you ever have them. It is much better to say no to something that you're not sure you can do than to say yes and not show up. And when you show up, give it all, or don't bother coming. My grandmother used to say that half of life was showing up, and I never understood what she meant until my husband had a heart attack, and my home was filled with my colleagues and friends bringing food and offering to take my kids for the weekend or clean my house. I remember every person who was there and would have and have returned the favor. Create something meaningful with your life. Whether you're attending college, going straight to work, pursuing a trade, the military, or attending, thanks Grant Woodworth, the University of Life. Make sure you do something you find meaningful. It matters not a whit what you do for a living. It matters how you make a life. If you're a waitress, be the best damn waitress you can be. And make that part of your life meaningful. You don't have to be Gandhi or Mother Teresa to make a difference and to give your life meaning. Hold the door for an older man. Bring flowers to someone you know is blue. Mow the neighbor's lawn when her husband passes away. Or anonymously put a gift card in the mailbox of someone who's lost a job. Don't ask for recognition or praise. Ask for meaning in your own life. Be someone's hero. Live like you want to be remembered. Believe in something greater than yourself, and make sure that it's not just another person. Have faith in the moments that make up our lives, and sit quietly sometimes and just think and reflect. Take stock. Is this where I want to be right now? And if it's not, make a change. Don't be afraid to get muddy sometimes. And I mean that literally and figuratively. Lightly messy. Stomp through the mud. Make snow angels. Run through a rainstorm. Bake cookies with your friends. Let your kids make blanket towns in the living room. And on a less literal level, be willing to get your hands dirty to help a friend. Never be so concerned of what people will think of you that you don't take a stand to defend someone else. Well-behaved people do not make good friends or good history. Fight for a cause. Defend the underdog. Advocate for those who are less fortunate, and fight the good fight even if it costs you. Don't clean the house when you can be playing with your kids or hanging out with your grandparents, or worry about spills that can be cleaned up. Enjoy your looks. For most of you, this is the best you will ever look. For the rest, don't look there. You may be a late bloomer. But remember, barring plastic surgery, this is the body and face you are going to be stuck with for the rest of your life. Don't overburn it. Don't stuff it too full of food or abuse it with drugs and alcohol. Now, I'm not going to be a hypocrite here and tell you to run every day or swim. Those of you who know me know I do not exercise as a rule. However, I am always active. I will walk through the woods, run through streams in Vermont, mountain climb, do cartwheels, show the play kids a dance, jump over a fence, play football and wiffle ball with my kids. I keep moving all the time. I so wish I had used sunscreen at your age and started using oil of Olay at like age 8, so I would have less wrinkles now. But I have managed to keep my body and face in pretty good shape, and it does make life easier. Now the fun advice. Took me a long time to realize this, but most of the stuff you worry about will never happen. And most of the bad stuff that happens to you, you never could have imagined. And worrying about it could not have stopped it. Spouses may leave, friends may betray you, but your siblings are stuck with you forever. And they are the longest relationships you will ever have. Appreciate them and love them. Call your parents. Tell your grandparents you love them. Eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every once in a while. Unless, of course, you're allergic to nuts, which evidently peanuts are. In that case, make it a cheese sandwich on non-gluten-free bread. Realize you are not that important. Now, for the next week, you will be. But in the scheme of life, realize you are not that important, and embrace that. It is not all about you, except to you. Realize that you need to laugh. Really laugh. Throw your head back till tears run down your face. Laugh. Cry with someone. Go barefoot sometimes. Be silly. Be serious. Take advantage of every opportunity, but not any person. The proof that you know something is that you can teach it. So be a teacher in your life. Value teachers both in real classrooms and in the school of life. You've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so listen twice as much as you talk. Anything is possible. The best cooking is grandma's cooking. Ready, shoot, aim is not a good way to live. When mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And so it's not sweet home sweet home, adjust. Don't forget where you came from. Your parents have sacrificed to have you grow up in this great district. Your teachers have worked very hard to get you here. We have watched you grow from freckled, brace-faced freshmen to less awkward, but still a little strange, seniors. And you are sitting here today because you have stood on the shoulders of giants in a district and in homes that value education. So remember, life goes by very fast. It is almost impossible for you to believe that now, but your parents sitting in this audience are still seeing that popsicle-stained, toothless grins in the adults you have become. They still hear, "Daddy and Mommy, I love you," in your annoyed sighs. And for them, it's been a moment, a very brief moment. Make them proud. Make our district proud. Make yourselves proud. And my last piece of advice. Well, what kind of English teacher would I be if I did not quote Shakespeare? So, as Polonius advises in Hamlet, "To thine own self be true, and you can never be false to anyone." So for those of you not lucky enough to have my class, which I think most of you say they did, what does that mean? Know who you are and always be who you are, and you will enjoy and succeed in the moments that make up your life. Thanks for letting me speak. Congratulations. Enjoyed having it be all about you for the